What's up, everybody? We're getting ready to start. It's going to switch on over in just a second to our show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm super excited and thrilled that you are here with me. It's Stream Like a Boss TV. This is our Thursday jam session. Look, I didn't open with my normal music, did I? Some of you know. So let me do this. And I know I already see a couple of people that know exactly what to do. So if you're new to the show, here's what you do. You type in hashtag newbie. And if you've been here for a minute, if you've been watching our shows previously, type in hashtag OG. So I know I got an OG in the house. Yvette C. Lee Music. Yes. I love it. I'm so glad you're here. Look, what we're doing tonight is we're going to do a business growth topic. So I'm actually going to do a training topic. I know I've been doing some other like mindset building and techie type of stuff, but we're going to do a business growth topic tonight. So if you're excited about that, we're going to get this thing moving. Oh, yeah, we're going to get it moving. Look, what's up, Dan? My friend Dan Roth, who's also, by the way, going to be my guest. I cannot wait, Dan. In a couple of weeks on September 28th, I'm bringing Dan onto the stage. We're going to talk about his experience with live and just some life topics. We're going to talk about some really good stuff. What's up, John Lacey? I love it. I'm so happy that you're here. And I see someone in Facebook who is an OG. So what's up? Let me know your name because I didn't put the link up for permissions for Ecamm. I'm sorry. But I know you're there and I'm acknowledging. Look, tonight's topic is going to be about customer support. This is kind of an important topic when it comes to business growth. Why? Because sometimes we spend all our time focused on generating new leads. You hear that over and over again. Let's get new leads, get new blood into our business. But you also need to be taking care of the people who are already invested in you. Like they've signed up for your stuff. They have said, hey, I believe in you. I believe you have something to offer that I can use for my business. So we need to be taking care of those folks. So my goal tonight is to share with you a couple of different techniques you can use, specifically with live video streaming, but also with other types of video. I'm going to add some bonus tips in here where we can talk about how to support your customers by using live stream marketing and live stream video in general, right? So I'm going to give you 3 specific ways that you can do that, and then I'll give you some bonus tips on how you can use just any type of video content. I love it, love it, love it. John, what? So tonight you actually get to properly hang out for the first time in weeks? Well, I'm thrilled. I feel honored. And you're right. This is exactly the point. What he's saying, it costs more to get new leads than to retain existing customers. That's exactly right. And so one of the things I'm going to point to as we talk about this topic and I share some tips, I'm going to also talk about my customer sales cycle that has to do with video. So if those of you who have taken my little mini course called Video and the Customer Journey, if you've gotten that guide, the guidebook walks you through a sales cycle and it talks about every part of your sales cycle and how you can use video. So a piece of what we're going to be talking about tonight is going to be touching on that. Okay. So I'm going to give you a chance to go and grab yourself your favorite hydration, whatever that might be for the evening. And I want you to also grab your notepad and your pen in case there's some notes that you want to take from tonight's show. And we'll share with you some business tips that you can use, strategies that you can implement into your own business literally within the next 24 hours. So my goal is to help you to take away at least one idea from all of the things I'm going to be sharing. And I am here live, so I am answering your questions if you have them. And I'm going to respond to your comments as well and acknowledge you because I am humbled and thrilled that you're here with me. And I appreciate your time. So we are here each and every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. The name of my show is Stream Like a Boss TV, as I mentioned earlier. And the purpose for this show that we do is to really help you to leverage live stream marketing so that you can serve more people, sell more of your services, and stand out online. That's the purpose. So on the other side of this video, I'll be back and we're going to dive into some ways that you can actually use live streaming for customer support. Okay. And most of you are coaches, consultants, and course creators. But even if you're not falling into one of those categories, I believe that some of the things I'm going to share with you can help you out. All right. I'll see you on the other side of this short video. Alrighty, folks, we're back. And I'm here to talk to you tonight about using live streaming for customer support. So you're probably wondering, what on in the earth is she talking about? Like, what is she saying? Where did this come from? How do we do this? Right? And why? Why would I use live streaming? Here's the thing. I don't want you to feel limited. Whatever type of video you're using, your content it has a purpose that's greater than simply you putting yourself out there to promote yourself to people and to promote your services. It's also something that you can use in a number of different ways. And right now, and I've said this so many times, I said it earlier today when we did a fantastic Inception style demo for my friend Meg Rentschler, who has Star Coach Academy. One of the things I mentioned to them is that people are craving human interaction. They want to know that there's a real human behind the business, that it's not just AI and bots and like they can get a real human that they're talking with. And especially in the service industries, as many of us are, we need to be able to interact with people on a more personal level. And honestly, video can help you to do just that. So I get excited about sharing different ways that you can use live streaming for all kinds of support and nurturing and engagement and connection. Yes, there is value to produced video as well, sure. But I don't think there's anything quite like live stream marketing where you can literally in real time engage with people, answer them, acknowledge their questions. Look, if you have any questions about anything we're going to talk about tonight, I'm right here and I can literally see your comments and your questions here in the stream. And I want to make sure I take care of you. So, are we ready? Okay, I'm going to share tip number 1 now. I'm going to warn those of you who are new to the show, if you don't know me, and you saw that there were several OGs in the house, right? If you don't know me, one of the things you should know, and you'll learn, is that sometimes I actually have these ideas about different tools and apps that I've purchased and used. And so I'm probably going to have some ideas on different apps and tools that I can share with you that will help you to do the things that I'm asking or that I'm inviting you to do for your business. I know. And Learn Live Streaming with John Lacey knows this too. The interaction with live streaming makes it great. It makes it fun. It makes it connect, right? On such a deeper level because you really, really are acknowledging people as individuals and as part of a community that you're creating when you are consistently on camera on a same date, same time, same bat time, same bat channel. I'm dating myself, I know. But when you do that, it creates this reliability. People begin to rely on you to be there for them. So I'm going to share with you, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to walk you through my actual sales cycle, okay? And then I want to share with you the 3 tips that I'm going to share. So I'm going to pull up on screen. Let me see if I can do this real quick because I'm actually using some new graphics tonight just to experiment. I like to do things a little bit differently every now and then. Don't you? It makes it fun. Okay, so this is actually the sales cycle map that I've created. And I actually use this in a couple of different programs, including our live stream to leads course. And what I want to point out is that there truly are 4 different areas of your sales process where you can use video. So one is the attract phase, which is where you're building awareness and people are learning about who you are. One is the bonding, or the second step is the bonding phase, where you're building credibility with the people who are now aware of you. The convert phase is where people are deciding, making a decision to invest with you and your services. And the delight phase, which is really what we're talking about tonight, I hardly ever talk about this in public because usually this part is reserved for my folks that are in my membership academy or in one of my coaching programs, either privately or in groups. So supporting your customers is really something that is important because of what we said earlier. And John made this comment, which I think I need to pull up one more time. And I think it is so important. But when you are looking for, or you're supporting existing that's so cool. Thank you, John. He said, very people show up as consistently as Tanya. Well, I try. I do because I know that it matters. I do that because I know that it matters. But one of the things, let me see what you put on here, John, which I thought was gold. It costs more to get new leads than to retain existing customers. And that is pure gold, y'all. Like, this is something you need to remember for your business. And so I feel like we sometimes miss out on the opportunity to really nurture the people who are already decided. Like, they've already chosen you. You're not trying to get them to make a choice. So it's almost easier, but we sometimes forget because we're so focused on bringing people into the top of that sales cycle that I showed you. So let's talk about these tips. And I want to make sure that you know that, again, there are 3 specific ones I want to touch on. And then I have a couple of bonus tips that I'm going to share and some tools, because I do love tools. Okay, and if you've got questions, pop those into the chat because I can see quite a few people that are here watching. So definitely say hello and let me know where you're coming from. I love that you're here. And type in #newbie if this is your first time so that I can acknowledge you. I'm broadcasting right now, by the way, in LinkedIn, YouTube, and on multiple spaces in Facebook. Okay, tip number 1. If you want to really support your customers, your existing members, if you have a membership community, people who are in different programs of yours, whether they're coaching or they've purchased a workshop or whatever it might be, one thing that is a constant thing, it's going to happen if you're in business for yourself, is you will need to help troubleshoot something. Like, there's something you're going to have to do to explain something to your client, okay? And I can give you an example, especially as a coach. What's up? Let me say hello to a few folks here. Gianna Chakma, it's good to see you. And look, Dan, I need to get you a Stream Like a Boss shirt. How about that? I'm going to share my store with you, but that might be a gift for you coming on the show because I'm just excited that you're going to come. But troubleshooting is tip number 1. So if you have customers, if you have clients, there's going to be a time where they're going to need you to help them with something. And it may be something you think is super simple, such as, hey, I'm trying to purchase this upsell that's in your shopping cart. Like, I've already made a decision that I'm going to participate in your webinar or your workshop, but I also want to purchase the 30-minute coaching add-on, and I'm having trouble. What an exciting way for you to be able to assist and help them. And maybe it's not you, maybe it's your team member, right? But by demoing in a live video, so getting on the camera with them or getting on the camera and recording, so this may not be live, but recording exactly what they should see and what they can expect. So troubleshooting can help them to fix any issues they may be having with your programs, products, or services. And the reason why that's important is because let's say that you have an existing membership. So you have a membership community. And I had this happen the other day. You have a membership community and people are trying to RSVP for your event because it's training day and you want to make sure as many people show up as possible. But guess what? Turns out they can't RSVP for some reason, so it's not adding to their calendar. This is real life. Like this happened to me. And so they reach out to you. A couple of people reach out to you over, email or maybe by IM or whatever method. What better way to show them exactly what should be happening and to gather more information than to hop on a really quick call, a live call, where you're saying, hey, so-and-so, I just wanted to touch base with you and share with you that this should be happening. Now, I'm going to give you these tips, but then I'm also going to share with you a couple of ways that I physically do these things by using different platforms and apps, okay? One of my favorite apps in the world is called QuickPage. And I'm going to show you a quick demo of how I use this for a number of different things, okay? But even if let's say that you're not in a video business like I am, you may run into a scenario where you're doing this live and maybe you're doing it inside of your Facebook group, for instance, to show people, hey, this is a common question that's been coming up for everybody who's in my membership. And so I want to make sure that you know exactly what should be happening, or I want to give you an alternate way that you can do X, Y, and Z. When you jump on and you're doing this live, and let's say, again, it's in your Facebook group because you know more than one person is having this issue or concern, you're giving them the opportunity to be able to follow up with additional points. Like, okay, I did try that part, but here's where it really broke down. It can be much quicker to do a short live stream for 5 minutes than to go back and forth on email 25 times. Because you didn't understand the problem and they're not understanding the solution you're trying to share. So just imagine how much of a time saver that could be if you literally hopped on a video call or got into your group or community and went live. And by the way, because of the different streaming platforms that we use, many of them allow you to embed your live, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second, but they allow you to take HTML code from the live stream in the platform. So Restream does this, OneStream Live does it too. And you can put that code into your blog, into your WordPress site, if you have one, into a landing page, and you can lead people there. You can even put it into your platform, your community platform. So I use a couple of different ones. One in particular I'm using right now is called Group App. So if we have time, I'll show you exactly how to do that. Okay, so that is tip number one. Tip number one is troubleshooting sessions, whether it's for an individual or for a group of people. So I just want to acknowledge, Dan, thank you. I'm excited that I get to spend time with you as well. And all of you here on this call tonight, thank you for being here. Okay, let's talk about tip number two. And yeah, I love what John is putting in here. He says it's a great way of taking the temperature of your audience too. I think of the StreamYard Town Hall as an example. Well, that's a perfect lead-in because that's what my tip number two is. If you really want to serve your existing clients and your existing community, a really exciting and positive way to do that is by hosting an exclusive community Q&A. Okay, so when John is talking about StreamYard hosting a town hall, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it office hours or coffee chat or town hall, however you want to name it. You can name it something that is branded with whatever your brand may be. But call it a gathering, call it whatever it is. The point of your exclusive live stream for your community is that you're sharing with them, hey, this is validation about why you're a member. This is validation because nobody else but you are special. Nobody else but you, those of you who have made the choice, made the decision to be a part of my thing, whatever it is, get a chance to be here and interact with me one-on-one or one-on-many, right, through live streaming. People love this. It is such an exciting way to connect with the folks who are in your community and who have chosen you already. It's exciting because it's validating for them. This is why I chose this space. This is why I'm here. So when you offer an exclusive Q&A, coffee chat, town hall, whatever you want to call it, there's a couple of different things that you can do with this live. One is you can answer questions. So I love in my own Facebook group, and for those of you who are watching from the Facebook group, you see me do this. But typically before I do my Thursday live, I will send out a prompt that says, hey, ask me anything. And if there's a question that we want to spotlight, I can actually use, there's a short video clip that I have built into my scenes here where I can say, hey, this is the question of the day. And I can spotlight that person and the question that they asked in the group. And then I'll answer for them. And usually if one person in a community or group has a question, there's other people that probably have that same question, and they all could benefit from the answer you're going to provide. So what better way to do this than by using your live stream? Hey, I love it. And the thing about that too, besides answering questions, is that you can also share with your community, with the folks who are showing up. You can share with them tips and trends. You can share with them things that they need to know about the industry. One of the things that I'm starting to get a lot smarter at doing, which I wasn't doing very well, I kind of touched on it now and then, but I'm starting to really dive into trends for my industry, for my niche, so that I'm up to date every week on the new things that are coming out. And not only do I get a chance then to share this inside of my group as posts and articles, but I can also do a quick 5 or 10 minute video update and say, hey, industry tip, this is what's happening and here's what you need to do. This is my take and my interpretation on what this means for you. I know. And Clubhouse. Yeah, I remember Clubhouse had town halls too. We all see how that went. Look, I'm not necessarily talking about those type of town halls because look, you're going to have to gauge this for yourself with your communities. How the length of time that you decide you want your town hall or whatever you want to call it to be, you need to gauge and experiment. One, how much information do you have that's content relevant? Like it's going to be relevant to the people. And then two, what's their capacity for sitting there and watching you, right? So I do try to keep my town halls or Q&As. For me, it's a coffee chat or office hours. I try to keep my office hours under 30 minutes and mostly under 20 minutes if I can help it. I only go longer if I'm getting questions and I want to answer those. But you get to gauge how long that should be. And you also should be asking and inviting your community to weigh in and to say, these are things that would be really helpful for me if you'd share this. And your frequency may not end up being every week. Maybe it's that you do a town hall or an office hours once a month, or maybe it's on a bi-weekly basis. The key is that you get to test what works. So I'll share that one of the things that I've started doing, because I know my gaps, I'm not going to call it a weakness, but I know my areas of development because I've been paying attention. And you probably know yours too. I know that I need to do better at doing produced videos, pre-recorded, ready to go videos that are 10 minutes or less. So one of the things that I've begun to do, and I've been quietly doing this, is I will pop in on a weekend and do just a random office hours and share if there's something that I think might be relevant to the community that I've learned about as far as YouTube trends or Instagram live trends or anything that I feel they may need to be updated on as they're working on their own video strategy. I'll record it and do it live, and people will pop in and say hello, and I'll answer questions and do greetings and all of that. But then I'm taking that video, and guess what I'm doing? I'm repurposing it. I'm removing all the greetings and the high fives and the extra stuff, and I'm just boiling it down to the main key points, and now that gets converted into a 10-minute or less produced video. So there are absolutely multiple ways that you can go about doing this. And the benefit to me in that case, if I'm doing it that way, the benefit not only to me, but to those who are watching, those people who are a part of my beloved community, is that they have an opportunity to interact with me in real time, like while I'm there. So the same thing with webinars and workshops. One of the selling points can be for you if you're doing these live. Hey, I'm here. I'm going to be here live at this time on this day. Now, you can certainly watch the replay if you want to, but the benefit of you being there live is you get your questions answered. Those things that are relevant to your business, which may be uniquely different than others, right? You get those answers. You get people to actually connect with you while you're live. So I think there are any number of ways that you can do it, but that's the second tip that I want to share with you on how to use live streaming for customer support. Living, that should be a phrase. I'll work on that. Yes, Yvette, it can be super cool. It just depends on how you want to do it, but there's any number of ways that you can create this office hours or coffee chat or community. I love it. That Dan. All right, here's tip number 3. So I got another one for you. And then I'm going to share my bonus tips, and I'm going to share a couple of platforms and demo these for you. So one of the things that I absolutely have not done yet, but I will begin doing, and I feel like this is an excellent way to use your live streaming platform to be able to serve your existing clients and people who are interested in becoming clients. Guess what it is? It's case studies. Case studies. So let me explain what a case study is, the difference between a case study and a testimonial. So a testimonial is awesome. A testimonial is where you've performed some type of service, right? And so you've asked your client or your customer to create a testimonial for you. And so either they do it in writing. I often ask for video testimonials because I love those. And I think they're really excellent for social proof. But that's just them speaking from their heart, or maybe answering some questions that you've pre-prepared. Maybe there's a structure that you provided them, and really you probably should. If you really want a good testimonial, a solid one, you want to provide people a framework that they can use so they don't just get on camera and say, hey, I really like working with John. It's been great, right? Which is nice, but it's not meaty. Like, that's not content rich so that people who watch that understand the transformation that they had when working with John. But before I get too far off or on that tangent, the difference between that testimonial and a case study is, in a case study situation, you may be speaking, you're involved in the telling of the story about that transformation. So you're putting that structure and that framework in place. So imagine if you were using your live stream platform to create case studies. So now you are talking through, hey, when I met Janet at, whatever place. I met her at a networking event in December of 2022. And we connected in January because she was really ready to rock and roll with her video marketing. And here's where she was. In fact, I've got her on with me. Let's talk about this, Janet. So Janet, because Janet's on the stage, the virtual stage with you. Janet, tell me, how were things at that time? Now, mind you, if you're doing a case study live and you have your guest, who is your case study, they're with you, you want to prepare them in advance with the questions so that they can be prepared to talk about, here's where I was. This is where I was before I started working with you. And then you have a short series of questions that is helping your audience who's watching this interaction to really hear how they move from point A all the way to point F and the things that happen in between. This can be a super powerful way for you to use your live stream marketing, because not only are you giving yourself and your business exposure, but you're getting exposure for your client, who probably, if they do have a business, needs that exposure too. And the third winner in that triage, right, or triage, the third winner there in this group is the people who are in the audience, because the people who are in the audience get to ask additional questions to deepen their understanding and their awe, their wow and awe factor of, oh my goodness, if she did this for this Janet, maybe she can do this for me and for my business too. That's some exciting stuff. Can you imagine how powerful that can be? It does. It's the detail tells the story, how you overcame it, what the numbers are. Exactly, John. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And it can be difficult to do that with a simple testimonial. So having that live stream where you're actually doing the case study in real time, even if you don't have that guest on live with you, maybe you do have that video recording of their testimonial, and that becomes a part of the story as you're telling it and sharing it. So those are 3 ways that I definitely wanted to share with you tonight that would help you. I'm going to recap those, but then I'm going to show you a couple of different tools that you can use that will help you with your support system, okay? We'll do that, and I'll see what questions you have. So tip number 1 was doing troubleshooting sessions, and that may be one-on-one or it could be one-to-many. Tip number 2 is hosting some type of, we just messed that up. There we go. Tip number 2, it happens, could be that you are doing community exclusive Q&A. So you have created a setup where you are regularly and consistently jumping on with your community. And maybe you're doing this on YouTube. And so maybe you're building community there and you don't necessarily have like a paid space or even a free space on Facebook, right? But you're hosting an exclusive Q&A that only those people who are your existing customers can access. I do want to show you how to use that embed for that. And then the third way would be that you're doing live case studies. So these are 3 ways that you can actually use live streaming for customer support. Now, I want to give you the bonuses, the bonus information, and talk to you a little bit more about this. And I think I'll be able to, let me see if I can pull this up for you. I'm going to show you just a couple of different ways that I'm using this. I actually have, I think I have the bubble right there. I do. Okay. I'm going to share my screen and I will share with you a page that I've created. And this is for my Stream Bosses Academy, which, by the way, is open now through September 15th. As a matter of fact, tomorrow night, the discount code, which you will see pull up, if you're pulling it up on your computer, you'll see a discount code pull up. It's ending tomorrow. So I just want to give you that heads up. But notice here at the bottom right corner of my screen, I've got this little chat bubble. And if you click on this bubble, hey, it's Tanya here. So it's got a little video that offers and invites people to ask questions, and it gives them different ways that they can ask the question, either through chat or through email or Facebook Messenger. So any number of different ways. And there are lots and lots of tools, y'all, that will allow you to do this right now. One, I'll give you a couple of different ones. The one that you see on the screen that I'm using right now is called Quick Page. And I'm going to show you my Quick Page in a second. Another one is called Warm Welcome. There's also, oh my goodness, there's so many different ones. Video Ask. I like Video Ask a lot. Video Ask has been doing some really amazing things. I think they've integrated artificial intelligence in some way, but I haven't played with that yet. So I can't give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down on that part, but I can tell you that their platform is built out very nicely. So you can literally create these different funnels and video opportunities for people to interact with you from whatever your landing page might be, from your blog. So you can have different videos that pop up for different pages on your site. Now, there is also one that is on AppSumo for sale right now, and I think it's called, is something Face Pop. It may be what it's called. And I did get it, but I didn't keep it because I already had platforms that would do the same thing. But similarly, it will allow you to pop up a little chat bubble. I do love the aspect of this being on any page I choose because it gives you, especially if you're really trying to leverage video, it gives you a way for you to be able to share your voice and your personality. You can make it funny, you can make it entertaining, you can make it, dry, which I would not recommend. But whatever your personality is, people get a little teaser and a taste of that when they come to your site. And that's far more exciting and better than just having the simple text chat bubble, right? So I'm going to share with you, I'll pop up my quick page real quick. Now, there's a couple of different platforms that I use for troubleshooting. So remember, I mentioned the whole idea of troubleshooting. And I don't do this in live format, but I will tell you, what if you lack voice and personality? Well, then maybe you should just stick with the text, sir. All right, now. Dan. But I know you've got personality and you've got voice, so that wouldn't apply to you. But here's what I'll share with you that you can do. I'm going to pop up my quick page in a second. I'm just trying to find one that I think might be a really good one for you. So when people ask me a question, if there's a question from an existing customer or client, and I feel like, hey, they probably would benefit from me taking some time to not only share a quick answer, but also to show them what I mean, then what I will do is I will record a quick video, and I'm going to pull this up as soon as I can get you one. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to pull one up here. And this will be an example of how I use video for my membership community, but you'll get the gist of this and see how I can use this even on a personal level. So I will pop up my quick page right now so you can see the back end of it. Okay, so here's quick page, which again, I love. I use it almost daily. And this right here is a video that I created for my community, okay? So it's a video walkthrough sharing with them how to access a particular page inside of our platform that we use for our community. At the time, we were using Heartbeat, which I still love. I think it's a great and excellent platform if any of you are using that. But what I would do is I created a short video explaining to them whatever it is I needed to explain and answering questions and making sure that I captured a quick demo of how to do the thing that I know they wanted to do. And when I get ready to share this, what I can share is not only the actual video itself, but I can share a full out text version of the instructions in addition to the actual video that's located here. Okay. And here's how we share. We can actually click on that share button, and I can embed this into another place. If I chose to put it on a blog, I can send it directly to specific contacts. I can send them just the video email, or I can send it to them by text using a GIF, an animated GIF that will pop up. So there's so many different ways that I have used this thing, y'all, that it's absolutely invaluable. I cannot tell you how often I use this, but it's a lot. This is one way where you can really make that connection with people and answer their questions. And so if I get a question, for instance, at 2 o'clock in the morning, when I'm up at 5 or 6, depending on if I feel like talking to people at that time, I'll record a quick video response, put it into Quick Page, and send them the email. It's just much more personal and interactive than simply sending back this one-liner. Especially if I know that what they've asked is something that's a bit complex, I can break it down and make them feel like, hey, I care, I heard you, and here's the solution. Another tool that I've used previously is called Dub, and I'm going to pull that up for you so you can see what this looks like. Now, what I love about Dub, and you can literally do this as well in other apps, platforms like Wave Video. In Dub, I love, what's up, JP High Tech? Another OG in the house. I love it. What I love about Dub is that Dub can give you these really easy landing pages that you can use. So I'm going to let me pull up my account. And I'm not currently on a subscription with them, but they do an excellent job. And I used to use this thing like I'm using QuickPage now, I used it every day. So I'm going to show you a couple of really old videos. I'll show you one. Here's something I used to do in preparation for workshops and webinars. And you can think of how you might want to use this with your own existing resource or tool if you have video tools that do something similar to the ones I'm showing you, or you can try out these that I'm giving to you now. And if you need links, let me know. I've got affiliate links for all of these tools. I just didn't pop them into the screen here, but I'll put them in the description after I'm done. Okay, let's show you this one. So Dub is very cool. What I like about Dub is that it does have a full out CRM over here. So it's a customer relationship management tool, which allows you to, for instance, if somebody opens one video email or landing page, then it's going to mark, hey, that person opened this. And so then you can create a campaign where you're sending a second follow-up video to them a day after. So very similar to email services, okay? But you can do this really with video focus. So here's what I would do, for instance, before my webinars or workshops would go live. I would have, let's see, I'm gonna let's pull this one up. This is what I was doing all the time. And I don't know if it's still live. We'll see.
Hey guys,
there it is. Okay, this is really old. And you can tell it's old, and I'll tell you why, because I had an Android phone, which I still love. Don't be a hater for those of you who are not Android fans. But I had a Samsung phone, which allowed me to do to record video with color and black and white. And I thought it was just so interesting, and I would use this, right? So what I would do is create, before my workshop or webinar, and even before some of my live streams, I would do this promo video, and I would say, hey, tonight's live stream topic is about whatever, right? And then I would say, if you want to join us live, click on your favorite channel, like go to your favorite platform at this time, and make sure you join us on time, because we're going to get started then. And you get to come and hang out. So whether it's a webinar, a live stream, or something else, this gave people kind of like that they felt like, hey, I'm in the club. I'm in this exclusive space where I get to know in advance this is what's going to happen. So I can go ahead and prepare my questions. And they just feel acknowledged and connected with, because you took the time. Now, tip, I don't really do that anymore. Why? Because if I really wanted to do a promo these days like that, one way you can do that is by creating a premiere, like a video clip that you promote ahead of your live stream inside of YouTube. You could also do something similarly on Facebook and LinkedIn, but you're kind of just doing a separate post to do that. But in YouTube, you can actually create, and I won't take the time to do that tonight, but you can actually create a preview video that says, hey, tonight's live stream, or whatever your date's going to be, is going to be about this, this, and this. Or you can create a video clip that's promoting something, your call to action. So, hey, don't forget to join our community, our membership, etc. And that will be sitting inside of your YouTube, so that before you actually go live, when people go to the link where you're going to be going live, they can see that preview video first. So I don't really do what I just showed you anymore, because I don't necessarily want to add that extra step. But if you're doing webinars, workshops, courses, programs, for the people who have signed up, you could absolutely use video to help people feel validated. You want to reassure them that they made the right choice when they signed up for that thing, for that event with you. And video will help you to do that. Okay, let me see what else I got. There's two more that are very similar. So another thing that I'll do from a support standpoint, and this is super quick, but it's a Chrome extension called Nimbus, Nimbus. Very much like Loom. So if you already have a Loom account, Loom, you don't need this, but I use Nimbus because I just love it. It has client portals. It looks similar to Evernote in some ways, but it also does much more. So I'm going to show you what I mean by this. Let me find a page I can pull up real quick here. I'll pull up our co-working page, okay? So when you are inside of your Chrome, because it has to be Chrome, because it's a Chrome extension, okay? When you're in your Chrome, if you're using Nimbus, it's going to give you a little N right here, the letter N for Nimbus Capture Pro, okay? And so when I have someone that reaches out and says, hey, Tanya, I really need help with this, or I spotted this as a problem, but I'm not exactly sure how to figure it out. What I can quickly do is to come into my Nimbus. I go into the page that I'm trying to get to. I go into my Nimbus and I can record a video. And I can record that video either with my microphone on and just talking them through the thing while I'm walking them through the step-by-step on the page. Or I can actually include a webcam. I usually don't when I do these. But you can record whatever you need to with Nimbus. And I'm just going to pretend I'm recording something right now. Let's just record something. And I'm going to say, yeah, record this. And I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling. And then once you're done, you click on the button at the top here, say stop recording. And what it's going to do is pull up a new page. And now, here's the beauty of Nimbus. Now I can either save the video locally to my computer or I can do a quick upload, which sends this file to either my Google Drive or Dropbox, depending on your settings. So I don't have to go back now and upload this thing anywhere else. I just do quick upload, and then I instantly have created a short link that I can then share with my customer and say, hey, it's at this link. If you go to this link, you'll see exactly how you can do this, this, and this. You can follow these steps, and now you'll know the answer to your problem. This is how you're going to fix whatever, right? And they can come to this page. You can rename this. It's not going to be all these letters, but you can rename this to something appropriate and then share with them the video. And it literally takes me sometimes seconds to do, but it provides such a high level of service that the people who are receiving this help feel like, okay, they cared enough. And what if it's not even you? What if you have a team of people that are helping you from a support standpoint? Then what you do is you have your team member use these different types of tools to respond. But either way, it's about that human interaction. It's about acknowledging that there's a person on the other side that had a problem or an issue or a question, and you're helping them by providing a service that is uniquely personal. Because I don't know about you, but these days I get very frustrated with customer service with a lot of different apps and tools and people and businesses. We get frustrated because people are so uptight or they're not trying to understand and empathize with each other. So imagine how you'll stand out if you can provide a level of customer service that goes beyond just simply emailing a one-liner that they still don't understand. I just wanted to share this with you because this was a topic that came up with a few people that I've been talking about lately. And I thought, you know what, this could be good for my live stream community to know that there are effective ways that they can use live streaming and video in general to really serve their clients too, because it's so important. And if I'm talking to you about how to leverage video marketing so that you can serve more people, well, this is one of those ways. Now, if you do have questions, we're about to wrap up in just a few minutes. So if you've got questions, pop those into the chat. If you want to know the apps that I've used and shared with you, there's so many more. There's one called Continually. Continually is a really excellent app. And what it allows you to do is to be, and I think it's called Continually. Let me make sure. But it allows you to have pre-programmed, similar to a lot of the chat bots and automation in that regard. It allows you to create pre-programmed scenarios for common questions that are being asked, right? But you can also include video in your response, in your path that people are following. I'm going to try to see if I can pull it up so I can tell you the correct link. Ah, there it is. Okay, and so people can schedule appointments with you, and I literally have used this. I use this for a very long time. There's one more tool. No, I'll save that for next time because it's more for testimonials. I told y'all I get too excited about tools. Okay, let me show you this one. So this is continually. And this combines the idea of chat bots and live chat so that you can respond to people with friendly conversational messages. So while there is a text portion or segment of this, you can also incorporate videos into this plan. And I do really like that it gives you all those different options. So you get to pick, for instance, you can set this up so that there are certain things you know people are going to ask about on your website. And when they go to these different links, they'll get the information that they need. And you don't necessarily have to get on a video, but you could just pre-create a video response for every one of those questions that you know people are going to ask. And I do like that feature. Anyway, I think I probably have given you quite a few things to think about and consider. So if there's one thing that you feel like might be a takeaway, I want you to pop that into the chat. One thing that you think within the next 24 hours you can implement on your own without anything other than the idea. I want you to pop that into the chat. All right. And look, while you're doing that, I'm going to share with you all really quickly that we do have Stream Bosses Academy open, but it's only for a few more days. I have not done due diligence to create a promotional video, but I can tell you I'll try to do that by next week. I'll tell you a few of the things that I think are amazing about the community. First, the people. More than me, but the members are incredible. They're all entrepreneurs just like you who are looking to really leverage video marketing for their businesses. Yes, and it can. Let me put this pop up real quick. John said, as great as live is, sometimes a recorded video FAQ answer can save you a lot of time. That is important, and that's why continually can be an excellent platform for you. If you have common questions that people are always asking, you can absolutely answer those questions so that you don't have to go back and answer them again live, right? But you're providing them with that way. So you love the coffee chat idea. Yay. Yeah. And this is really, again, even if you don't have an established platform like a Facebook group, you can just commit to your YouTube folks, to the people that are watching you on your YouTube channel that, you know what, every Monday morning at, 7 a.m. before everything starts, before the day starts, I'm going to jump on with my coffee in hand and make sure I answer any questions you have. And the more consistently you show up for that time and that date, the more likely people will show and they can get the support and the help that they need. And if you do it unlisted, that's what I was going to show you. I got to show you this one more thing, the embed, right? I didn't show that. If you unlist it, then you're not broadcasting that to everybody. You're only sending that link for that particular YouTube live where you're answering these questions at a certain time and day. You're sending that specific link for your unlisted video to your community, since we're talking about existing community and clients, right? People that have already made the decision to invest with you. So I'm going to pull up really, really fast before we end. I'm going to pull up one stream live because I think that's going to be an easier one for me to showcase. There is a way, they have something called, I think it's called Unified Embed. Yeah, Universal Embed Settings. Okay. So I will show you what this looks like. If you actually had a hosted, you can have a hosted live page or a universal embed page. I'm going to show you what this can look like, okay? I need to pretend that I'm scheduling a video first, and then I'm going to pull it up so you can see this. Okay. We'll do it while I have you on here. How about that? You can see what I'm doing in the back end. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to just choose a video to schedule, and then I will show you what the embed looks like. So when I go in and I say, hey, I'm going to broadcast this, but I also want to put this into my community platform, right? What you can do is you can say, okay, I'm going to put this video, let's schedule this one. Come on. Create stream. I'm going to do a pre-recorded stream since I already have these files in here. I'm going to go into my OneStream storage and choose this video. And I'm going to use I'm just going to use the previous title just for sake of making sure that this goes quickly. And I'm going to use the previous description. So this is OneStream Live, y'all, that I'm showing you right now. Okay. So I'm going to say, hey, I really just want this to go. I want to send this to my universal player. And I'm also going to pretend that I'm sharing it on something else. Let's see. We'll do, which one do I want this to be? Tanya Smith profile. This one. Okay. This is my test page, so I don't accidentally go live on something else. So if I schedule this for later, I'm going to tell it, hey, I want you to go live. What's today? It's September 7th. I'm going to say go live in a couple of hours, right? And I'm going to schedule this stream. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. So this code right here, it says embed code with iframe tag. Now, if you're on Restream, it's much quicker and easier because it's when you're getting ready to actually go live, or when you have scheduled your stream, at the bottom left corner of your window, you're going to see embed stream, and it's going to give you a similar code. So I'm going to copy that code to my clipboard, and then what I will do, take you back over here real quick, and I'm going to share with you where this is going to land. But I don't want to pull up anybody's content accidentally. I believe in privacy for my clients. So I'm going to go into group app. Okay. And I'm going to show you what this can look like. So this is my community platform. So if I wanted my embedded video just to be showcased to people who are in a particular group on my community platform, then this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop it into HTML code. So I'm going to say right here, yep, pop that video right there. This is my customer chat channel, okay? And I'm just going to pretend to say, I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to say something like, hey, we're going to meet on, I'll be live right here inside of the community on such and such date. Now, you don't have to do this if you have something like Mighty Networks, which actually has built-in Facebook Live. So if your community platform allows you the built-in function, you're not going to need that. But a lot of these communities don't. So I'm sharing with you a quick workaround before we wrap up. So here's what will happen when I get ready to post this. Now, when I post it, what should happen is you're going to see, okay, pop up for me now. There we go. Okay, it just popped up right when I was getting ready to boot it out. It's going to have the event information, September 7th, Thursday at 2100. This is when she's going to start, but right now it's offline. And I can change this thumbnail if I wanted to too. But when I go live using my OneStream, it now goes live inside of my community platform. So there's just so many different ways, y'all, that you can use live streaming and video to be able to connect with the people who are already in your paid spaces and your exclusive spaces without it broadcasting all over the place. And I just wanted to show you an example of that. I hope it helped. All right, folks, that's what I got. Yes, it is great. And a lot of these platforms now, John, do allow you that HTML embed code. A lot of them do. So it is super handy. So if you needed that workaround, I just gave it to you. All righty, folks. That's what I got for this evening for you. If you have any questions, if you want to know more about how to use live stream marketing so that you can serve more people, stand out online, and sell more of your services, then absolutely get connected with me. I would love, love, love to work with you and to find out more about your business. So because I switched everything, I don't have it all here. But you can find me at getnoticedwithvideo.com, and it's not going to pop up, but I'll type it real quick here for you. Find me at getnoticedwithvideo.com, set up a time for a call, and we can meet and talk about your business, or just continue to follow, follow, and subscribe as you do, as you've been doing. And if there's a way that I can help you here in the stream, I will do that. So getnoticedwithvideo.com is my main site. I'm glad, John. Thank you for letting me know that it's been useful and helpful. I really do enjoy teaching and sharing tips as I can, especially if they're practical enough for you to be able to incorporate and use immediately. And I think some of these were ideas that you can apply right now. Okay, folks, we will see you next week. We may not see you in the stream. I may have a pre-recorded video, a bonus gift for you, because I'm going to be celebrating my birthday. And I get to celebrate that Preston's coming home. So we get a chance to spend some time with my hubby. And that means I need to take a little bit of a break. But the week after, I'm going to be bringing my friend, the amazing Honest Accomplice, who you've seen here in the chat. I'm going to be bringing Dan on so that we can talk. We're going to have a really candid talk, y'all. We're going to talk about some things that normally we probably wouldn't touch on, but I feel like it's so important because there's a level of transparency that live video allows you. And I also want to share with you how he has, well, you'll see. More to come. I'm going to be sharing his bio soon. And thank you for the happy birthday wishes. I appreciate that. I may pop in just to say hello inside of the Facebook group and in my YouTube community. But if you do have questions before then or even during that time, still reach out and let me know, and I'll be happy to answer as soon as I get a little bit of a break. Okay, y'all, take care and have a blessed weekend, and I will see you next time in the stream.